pick. JB, to start out, what did you think of Darius and the way that he bounced back tonight?
I thought he was Darius. He was really good. 29-12, coming back, not playing, obviously, not doing anything live until tonight. Just speaks to his talent and his abilities.
And this is just the second or first full game that you've seen of like Darius and Donovan together. What did you like just about how they are playing off of one another and running the offense?
I mean, there's a lot of different things that you can do with them. They're both so dynamic. They both can, create off the dribble. They both can catch and shoot. They can come off screens and shoot. And they're both phenomenal passers, so they can make their teammates better. But you go 18 assists between the two of them and only one turnover. That's what you want from your guards. So they have the ability to make everybody better and make everybody's job easier because they are such a threat.
Jason, a pretty dumb question, I'm aware, but
not surprising.
It was pretty apparent that this whole thing is going to run through those two guys in terms of the bulk of the shots. And not every night guys are going to get hot, but is that the way that you see it going from here on out? That these two guys are going to drive this thing?
I believe so. I like to think we are an equal opportunity defense or offense, depending on what the defense is doing. We have to involve other guys because, we can't give teams the opportunity just to load up and feel like the other guys aren't threats. But the ball's in their hand to start with. We know how impactful Jarrett can be, right, from a scoring perspective. If that pressure that he puts on the rim, we're going to involve Evan. Put the ball in his hand, give him opportunities to play. Same thing with Vert. I think if you look at it, obviously, those two guys dominated, but to get 15, 15, 14 from the other guys, they're going to contribute. But, the plays initially will probably start with those two guys, and then we'll go from there.
Marla Ridenour, Akron Beacon Journal. With Darius having the best first quarter of his career, did that put if you had any concerns, immediately put it to rest, just what he was getting?
Yeah, he was ready to go. Like you could feel it. He was excited this morning at shoot around. He was ready to contribute in a big way. And, there was not any, shyness to him. It was, I'm going out here and I'm going to assert myself on this game. And his teammates followed him. Sorry, go ahead.
And when he fell into the crowd there, were you, holding your breath?
Yeah, always. Yeah, every time he falls to the floor, I hold my breath. But, again, we'll see. Tomorrow, obviously, we'll take care of him and Donovan. Donovan stepped on somebody's foot also. So we'll take care of them tomorrow and see what happens from there.
Danny Cunningham, ESPN Cleveland. What did you think of the way Donovan played defensively tonight?
I thought he was good. I thought he took challenges. We put him on a bunch of different people. We put him on bigger guys. He made their catches difficult. They have really good individual one-on-one players. They have good stuff to get them the ball in their sweet spots. And I thought Donovan did a good job of forcing them off their sweet spots and then making them take tougher shots.
And how did you think that Karras, Donovan, and Darius all fit together while they were on the court together tonight?
I think they fit pretty good. I think they're dynamic. They know how to play off each other. They know how to include one another. But, again, it's about the rotations, right, and having the best five-man units. It's going to take us a little bit of time to figure that out. Darius having missed that time. But we'll continue to work at it and see what's best.
Spencer Davies, basketballnews.com. Are you encouraged by the way that Evan played after he got into foul trouble in the first half and coming out and playing without falling, but also, like you said, he's scoring, made some big defensive plays and all that?
Yeah, it's it is frustrating. He's one of the best defensive bigs in our league. He's been, even if it was just 1 year, elite at defending without fouling. So when nights like this happen, how do you bounce back? Do you get in your head and do you struggle the rest of the game? I thought he did a great job. He had some huge offensive rebounds for us, some huge tap outs, and then he did a great job defensively, as well. So credit to him for fighting through, tough circumstances and, again, continuously doing whatever the team needs for him to win, for us to win.
And as far as your guys' defensive effort as a whole, I think you guys forced 5 or 6 travels on them. What were you guys doing laterally to get them in those positions?
I thought, I mean, again, we just tried to stay in front of guys and, make them have to finish over the top of us. Try to speed them up as much as we can. And, again, they were calling troubles a lot tonight.
Marissa McNeese, Chronicles Telegram. JB, you've talked about needing to see a full 48 minutes of basketball to the team's standard and wanting to see continued improvement on that. Just what's your assessment on where that was tonight, and if you did see any improvement there?
I thought we were close. I didn't like how we played offensively in the second quarter. I think we're better than that for sure. And again, it's the movement, right? The not being, one guy ball dominant and forcing defenses to chase us. But I thought we had long stretches where we did. And we're not going to be perfect, so I don't want to, imply that by any means. We are still a work in progress. And understanding who's who and what's what and bringing a new guy back in Darius, there are these what we expect. Our standard, though, is whether or not we compete and we try to do the right things. And I thought tonight, we tried to do the right things and we competed our tails off.
Evan Damar, I'll break down equally. JB, it's 2 games in a row against Boston. It's gone to overtime. It's been tight like this. But looking back to last season to now, do you notice your guys kind of growing up a little bit in real time and learning how to handle these high-pressure situations and play past maybe what they might have crumbled with last year?
We hope with, experience and maturity, that was one of the things that we talked about last year is you don't know how to respond to situations until you experience those situations. Last year finished in a disappointing fashion for us. We had critical games down the stretch, not including the play-in, that we were unable to get the job done. That could have kept us out of the play-in. And I think, you go through those experiences and you learn. And you learn how to finish in tight games. You learn, how to get through the ups and downs of the NBA against the best teams in the league. You understand what you have to do and how you have to be better in those moments. So I think, this so far is a product of the heartache and disappointment that we felt last year and our ability to improve over the summer from that.
And I know I asked you about this the other day, but Donovan's motor, how impressed were you with it tonight, just seeing how hard he was playing, especially during overtime?
Yeah, he continues to impress. The thing that stands out to me is just like his determination and physical and mental toughness when the game's on the line. And he's got a will to win that's, not matched by many. And tired, whatever it may be, like in that moment, he finds a way to get his legs in his shot, right? He finds a way to be physical. He finds a way to come up with a huge defensive rebound. That is mental toughness. And that's why those guys are who they are. And I consider him one of those guys.
Hey, Coach. Brendan Gulick, Sports Illustrated Media Group, Cavs Insider. You reference a lot how you guys are a work in progress. I don't know how you even evaluate it, but are you ahead of schedule? Are you where you thought you'd be? And is your record strictly winning? Is that so much a part of that evaluation?
I don't think you go into a season and you have a formula of how quickly your team can mesh, right? Like if you go back through history and you look at teams that have added certain players, they've taken different time frames on when they reach their peak. So what we're trying to do is, sell, and our guys have bought what we do. And, we've had some wins early. There's going to come some bumps in the road, right? We're going to do what we do as well as we can, and there's going to be a game that we lose, right? But how do we try to continue to do the same thing no matter what the results are? And I think that's what's most important, engaging it on a day-by-day and a game-by-game basis, because you can't throw this pie in the sky and know when you're going to be your best. It's just a continuation of the habits of doing the right thing over and over again.
Just quickly on the quickly on the defensive effort, especially in the second quarter. shots weren't dropping, decent looks, but the offense struggled a little bit. How telling is it to you that the team continues to buy in the way they are defensively to give you a chance late in games when you go through some momentary offensive struggles?
It's a lot of questions in here. Okay. Our guys, right, and this is a genuinely depend on one another, lean on one another, and care for one another. So whatever they have to do to not let each other down, they're willing to do. And, there's a confidence in our ability to get stops. And they put themselves in position where they know, like, maybe the shots aren't falling, maybe we're not doing what we need to do, but we know we can get a stop when we need to, and we can string that together to keep us in the game.